Stagehand is interesting because it does not ask you to choose between brittle selectors and a black box browser agent. The official Browserbase page calls it an open-source SDK for browser agents, and the docs describe 4 primitives: act, extract, observe, and agent. That is the whole promise. Use code when the workflow is known. Use natural language when the page is messy. Preview what is actionable before you click. Then let the agent run only when the task really needs autonomy. In this video, the target workflow is a small browser agent that opens a page, observes useful actions, extracts structured data, and only then acts. The repo has more than 22,000 stars, an MIT license, and active updates. More important, the problem is real. Traditional browser automation breaks when pages move labels, change selectors, or render dynamic content. Pure web agents can recover from some of that, but they can also take unpredictable actions. Stagehand sits in the middle. It gives developers a way to mix playwright-style control with model-assisted steps. That makes it a strong setup video because viewers can see exactly when AI should be used and when normal deterministic code should stay in charge. The honest setup starts with the official docs and npm package check, not with a random tutorial. Create a fresh TypeScript project, install the Stagehand package, add your model provider configuration through environment variables, and keep the first task small. Do not begin with a bank login, a shopping checkout, or anything that can spend money. Use a public page, a sandbox site, or your own local fixture. The first script should prove 3 things. The browser launches, Stagehand can inspect the page, and the output can be constrained to a schema that your app can actually use. The useful mental model is simple. Observe tells you what the page offers before you commit. Act performs a browser action from a plain English instruction, like click the search box or fill a field. Extract pulls structured data from the page, usually with a schema, so you do not just get a blob of text. Agent is the higher autonomy mode for multi-step workflows. If you are building production browser automation, do not jump straight to agent. Start with observe and extract, add act for narrow operations, then reserve agent for flows where flexible recovery is worth the risk. A good first build is a research collector for your own site or docs page. Open the page. Observe actionable controls. Extract the page title, links, pricing terms, or product claims into a typed object. Then act on one safe interaction, such as opening the docs link or clicking a navigation item. The final proof should be boring: a JSON object, a saved artifact, and a log showing which action was taken. If the script cannot explain what it did, it is not ready for production automation. Stagehand does not make the web safe by magic. It still depends on model quality, cost controls, auth boundaries, and clear task instructions. Dynamic pages can still confuse extraction. Authenticated apps can require session management. AI actions can misread labels. The fix is not hype. The fix is scoped browser contexts, explicit schemas, screenshots or traces for debugging, and a fallback path where deterministic playwright code handles known steps. Treat Stagehand as a controllable layer, not a license to let an agent roam the internet. Stagehand is worth testing if you build browser agents, web data extraction, QA workflows, or automation that has to survive page changes. It is probably overkill if your script only clicks the same selector every night. The production habit is to keep the first workflow small, log everything, use schemas, and require a human review before actions touch customer data. If you want AI browser automation that still feels like engineering, Stagehand is one of the better places to start. Before you copy this workflow, use a simple checklist. First, confirm the official source, not a random tutorial mirror. Second, save the repo link, docs link, and exact setup command in your notes. Third, create a disposable repo with one failing test so the agent has a safe place to prove itself. Fourth, require a real output artifact, a passing test, a browser check, a pull request draft, or a hook run. Fifth, review the diff yourself. The point of these videos is not to make every agent look magical. The point is to separate tools that can close a verification loop from tools that only produce confident text. If the tool passes the small benchmark, then try it on a real project. If it fails the small benchmark, do not let branding, stars, or hype talk you into giving it more access. Keep the loop boring, visible, and reversible. That is how you get useful AI coding help without turning your repo into a science experiment.